My name is Yarbrough and I'd like to welcome you to Homemaker's Dynasty. Today we're going to talk about pastry making. Everybody loves a good pie. Most of us have memories of grandma making a pie or mom making a pie, and those are happy memories. So we're going to make a pastry, and the end result today will be an apple pie. So I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I use a light baking all-purpose flour because I like a lighter pie. And a pinch of salt to give it a little bit of flavor. I'm going to cut in, and for those of you who don't know what cut in means, it means I'm going to use the pastry blender and I'm going to mix the shortening with the flour. And most people want to use butter. I have for years, 30 plus years, used butter flavored Crisco. So we're going to use a little more than 3/4 of a cup. So we'll get that in there. And we're going to cut it in. And again, vegetable shortening makes more of a light, flaky pastry. Butter is a little heavier and it has good flavor, either one does. But I have just used this, actually, my great-grandmother used lard. Which is making a comeback, by the way. We're not quite as uptight over fat. We're finding out fat's not the enemy, aren't we? Now that doesn't mean you get to go and eat spoonfuls of butter, no. But it does mean that things that were taboo are things that we can eat again. If you're looking for somebody who's going to be neat and tidy when they cook, that would not be me. It's kind of like playing with mud pies when you're a kid. I still have to get my hands in there and get dirty. And I'll clean up the mess when I'm finished. The end result's going to be the same. Of course, I have friends, and I have one particular aunt who's going to kill me when I tell you this, but she is so picky that we tease her about that everything has to be perfect, that she irons her underwear. Yes, Mary Beth Bellwood, that is you. So we're getting all this nice and cut in. See, this is the messy part. That's why you wash your hands before you cook. It's going to be messy. You know, this is a great thing too if you've got small kids. They like to help in the kitchen. This is a good way to let them be able to help. If you don't want them using the pastry cutter because it can be a little bit sharp, you can also use 2 forks and have the same process, because what you're looking for is for the pastry to look like small peas. Okay, and then you take a 1/4 cup of cold water, 1 egg with the yolk slightly broken up, and then just a splash. I use apple cider vinegar, but you can use white vinegar as well. Stir that all up. And you're also going to want to put this in the refrigerator. I like to put mine in overnight. The longer it's in there, the more the shortening has time to mix in the layers, because you want a layered effect. That's what makes your pastry flaky and light and have a good flavor. I'm actually more of a pie person than a cake person. And so I liked making pies all these years, and of course my family likes the end result, which is a tasty pie. pat this down into a circle and wrap it in plastic wrap and refrigerate it till you're ready to use it. So I'm going to press this down into a little disc, wrap it, and then place it in the refrigerator till I'm ready to use it. This is a recipe that you can also you can freeze the pie crust. I've made up to 4 at one time crusts, and then I freeze them in the freezer, and then you can have that for up to 6 months. Then whenever you want to make a pie, you just pop one out and let it thaw overnight in the refrigerator, and then you can make your pie in the morning. Okay, last time when we talked, I had made the pie crust and we put it in the refrigerator overnight. So now we're going to talk about the filling for a moment. And I've already made the pie and put it all together, but the filling consists of 3 Granny Smith apples and 3 Gala or Fuji apples that have been peeled, cored, sliced, and then placed in a bowl. And then you're going to add ½ a cup of firmly packed brown sugar and ½ a cup of sugar or sugar substitute, whichever you choose, a tablespoon of cinnamon, and a ¼ cup of flour. And you're going to mix that all up. And now we're going to talk about a term that I don't think many people know about, but it's called maceration. And so to macerate fruit means that you're going to put sugar and flour and things on it so that it begins to release the juices of the apple. That's what's going to make your filling nice and thick and yummy. So then you're going to place that inside the pie shell that you've already rolled out, and then you're going to dot it with butter. Use about 3 tablespoons of butter, and you just kind of place it different places on the inside of the pie. You place the second crust on the top of it, and then you want to cut vent holes in it. Otherwise, you're going to have a pie that it seeps out the sides, and then it gets soggy, and nobody likes a soggy pie. So then you cut little holes, and sometimes I place a little cut apple that I've cut out of pastry and place it on top. I don't have that today. As you can see, I've cut the vent holes in there. And then I do an egg wash, which all that is an egg with a little bit of water in it, and you use a pastry brush and brush it over the top. And then I place mine on top of a cookie sheet, or a pizza tray in this case. And then I have this pie crust shield that I place over the top, because a lot of times what happens is with pies, the crust gets brown, the edges of it get brown quicker than the rest of it. So I place that over, and you're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for approximately an hour, and then let it completely cool before you slice it so that the juices on the inside have time to solidify.